Hi everyone, it's Irvin here again. Today we are back with another series of the Founders Fable interview. Today we have a very interesting guest, super young entrepreneur in the events management space. And I actually checked out their website earlier this morning, and wow, they work with some impressive companies like Coca-Cola and even I believe Singtel, a lot of big conglomerates, right? So
Yes.
look forward to like to bring on this special guest to get her to introduce herself and share more about what she does.
Okay. Thank you so much for the kind introduction, Owen. Yeah, so I'm Rosini over here, one of the founders of the Meetup SG. And yeah, we're an event management company and we've been running for about 7 to 8 years now. And we started when we were very young. And I'm
Wow.
24 now. So yeah, I started when I was studying in poly because we really believe that what's the point of studying business if we're not going to do business, right? And I was in
Oh,
international
that's
business.
so true. Oh, that's the same thing I felt as well.
Yeah, okay.
Interesting.
So yeah, I
So
started from there. Mm. Mm.
yeah, so you guys are primarily events management. Could you tell us more about what exactly does that mean? Like, is it you hold like those corporate function events, what they call D&D, or what exactly does that entail?
Okay, so we do all kind of corporate events. So you're looking at dinner and dance, yes. We do parties like year-end get-together, and then we've even organized a whole party in a ship, Royal Albatross. We booked out the entire ship for an event. So
Oh
we've done
shit!
that.
Oh
Yes,
man!
that,
Wow!
and then we even do overseas retreats. Like we have an upcoming event for Benefit Cosmetics. I'm not sure if you've heard about the makeup brand. Yeah, we're bringing the team to Vietnam for kickstart kind of event. So yeah, pretty much everything corporate we do it lah.
You
Yeah.
actually have to fly to Vietnam with them to conduct the
Yes,
event.
we're going next month. I'm quite excited.
That's the client date.
Yes.
Wow! That's the best, man. Free holiday.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And do you guys specifically only work with big companies, or what is the criteria for someone to work with you?
To be honest, we don't have any criteria. The only criteria is the budget. As long as the budget is
Of
something
course, have
feasible,
money.
workable, yes, I can do it, No other restrictions or limitations.
What
Yeah.
what is a good budget or minimum budget for someone to work with you guys to throw these kind of events?
Okay, it really depends on the type of event. Like I've really done smaller events like 10,000. Yeah, so that's like maybe an office party, a very simple, maybe like a Chinese New Year opening, lion dance, simple things like that. But we also do really grand events that goes to, a few hundred thousands. So yeah, it can range anywhere and we take up any kind of events. Yeah.
Interesting. And what exactly is the backstory? Like, how do you guys come up with the idea? I'm sure everybody wants to know how do you come up with the idea while still being a student, especially so young?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically I didn't know what I want to do. I was in business, but I knew I didn't like maths, I don't like science, I don't like engineering. I kind of like don't really like those stuff. What I liked was planning birthdays for my friends. Yeah, so like I like to,
Birthdays.
explore different places, lah, come up with different ideas for friends' birthdays and all that. So we actually started doing B2C. So we did picnics and dessert tables. That's how we started. Because no one's gonna trust an 18-year-old to do a D&D at that point in time, right? It's gonna be very hard. So we couldn't do any corporate events at the start because we were too young. We didn't know anybody, didn't have any connections, like family connections or whatsoever.
Hmm.
So we just started with a budget of $300. Yeah. So we did
$300.
picnics. Yes. So at that point in
Wow.
time, picnics was a very new thing. Those like fancy picnics at Bay East Garden or anniversaries, all that. So we did that. We made use of our friends' clientele pool at that point in time because they can afford our services, a few
Classmates.
$100. Yeah,
Huh.
like one picnic was $150 with food. So we will actually pack our things in the luggage, then we'll take public transport, go set up in the hot sun, wait for the 2 hours, tear on
Wow.
everything, come back. And we were not earning like a profit or we take home like thousands or whatever. It's just save that amount little bit by little bit. And then we finally managed to save a lot. And then we tried our best to like get corporate events. So we were knocking on like doors or writing emails and trying our best to get corporate events. And finally, we managed to get one event, and from there, it just escalated. Yeah, so that's the
Interesting.
story.
Okay. How long did it take for you guys to go from like doing the picnics for your friends to landing the couple? Like how long did that?
Honestly, it took quite long. 3, 4 years.
4
Yeah.
years. Wow, so
Mm.
you did the I don't know how many picnics you did, hundreds of picnics before you landed
Yeah,
there.
yeah, we've done hundreds of picnics, really, and dessert tables.
And is there
Yeah.
really so much demand? Like, I'm very like because Singapore is so small, right? Like you guys were just doing
Yeah.
for Singapore. Like Singapore, there's so much demand to do such a picnic.
Yes. Anniversary, birthday, any kind of thing people like to celebrate, right? And especially if it were cheap at the point in time, $200, people could afford it, so they would take it up. Especially Valentine's Day was so popular.
Oh yeah, couples, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mainly couples, actually. Yeah.
okay. So it was just the two of you back then, like you guys did everything to hosting the getting the clients, like, everything, the delivery. It was just the two of you.
Two of us, and we had a few more friends who actually was working with us also. All pretty much a girls' team. Yeah, about five of us.
Oh, girls
Yeah.
team. So powerpuff girls.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now
okay.
we left two.
And do you like pay them as like a part-time staff or like how did that work out?
We couldn't afford to pay ourselves with the profit that we were getting. It was about $50 to $100 profit, so we can't really pay ourselves.
Hmm.
Maybe we'll just take a little bit, $10 transport money or something. But we all were working towards a cause of like wanting this business to grow, and we all believe that it will become corporate one day. And we just didn't know how, but
Wow.
we made it happen. lah. Yeah.
Y'all knew from the beginning lah. That is the
Mm.
vision. Y'all know this is
Yeah.
something that will eventually happen.
Yeah. Correct.
So that was more like when you got the corporate, you knock on doors. So you actually go to like those big buildings, office building, and literally knock on their front door or you go to their reception.
Okay, not so much because I couldn't do that because they will ask me where's my appointment. I kind of figured
Hmm,
that out later.
correct.
So that didn't work. But whole leads, we tried to send out mass emails. That also didn't work. So it's really very hard to get any
Hmm,
kind of business unless you know somebody or your company is so well known to the point they come to you. Yeah, so for
yeah.
years, I've been trying to find out how to get corporate clients. Anybody I see, any mentor, any successful person, I'll ask them, how do you get corporate events? And they don't have an answer for me. The truth is they don't. They'll just give me some kind of answer like, oh, you just have to keep trying and all that. And I guess that's the thing about business. There is no solution or there's no magic formula
Yeah.
to get your first business. So I finally learned that the so-called secret is that you have to make it to a point where people recognize your brand and they come to you. It's
Hmm.
not about you going up to them because when you go out to them, I mean, at least for myself, it didn't really work. So what we did was we built our website. So I think you noticed our website, right? It's quite
Yeah.
nice. So we really built our website, invested a lot in it, worked on keywords and all of that so that we are ranking on the first page. So like when you search
SEO.
for event planner, yes,
Oh.
we are there. We have come to a level and we work on reviews. We have really good reviews. Credibility is built, and then people come and find you. So that's how it worked for us eventually.
The first corporate was someone that went to click on Google and they check out the website because you
Okay,
rank.
the second one. The first one was through a referral, but we didn't do the whole event. Like, it was just like the decoration part of it. But yes, the first event that we like really breakthrough big event was DBS.
Damn, that's huge. DBS so big.
Yeah, correct. So we did like an island-wide installation for them, like all over Singapore, like for Chinese New Year and all that.
Wow.
So yeah,
I guess it was a friend from DBS. They knew that you were doing this. They wanted to give you a shot.
yeah, correct.
And then from there, oh,
From there it just
blow
started.
up.
Yeah.
Oh man, interesting. And
Yeah.
and how was like life growing up? Maybe we could rewind back in time. Like, do you
Mm-mm.
come from a background of business owners or event planners or even people with money to begin with? Some people might be curious.
No, no, nothing like that. Like really, none of my
Wow.
family does any kind of business. My mom works as an accounts executive in a private company, and my father was in the army. So nothing business
Army.
related, actually. Yeah,
Oh,
army. Yeah. So my parents are very supportive, luckily for me.
but when you were young, did you have that entrepreneurial drive? Maybe you always, I don't know, some people say they do lemonade stand or they sell baseball cards, maybe in the US, those kind of things.
Actually, yeah, yeah. I kind of knew I always was interested in business because when I was in primary school, I used to start selling. I was very excited about receipt book. You know the receipt book they sell in Popular?
Receipt book,
Yeah, it's like you write the stuff, then you say how much does it amount to. That receipt book that
like
they
a
sell.
budget planner.
No, it's literally like there's a carbon copy of it behind. So it's like all the auntie at the shop will write down
Oh
buy
yeah.
this, then they tear up the receipt
Ah
and
yeah
give it to
lah.
you. I was always very excited about that receipt book since young. I don't know why.
Why? Interesting. Receipt book. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so what I did was I actually bought it, and then in primary school I was in P6. I went to go and sell some stuff to P1, P2 kids. Stationaries lah, all this kind of.
Is there a lot in school? What later they say, hey, why you cut down the
No, after school I just used to sell, and for some reason they actually bought it lah. I don't know. It was also cute stuff, stationery and all this kind of thing. And I actually made like $100 at that
wow, it's a
time.
lot of money
That's a
for
lot for primary
P6
school,
Well, it's a
yeah.
lot
Yeah, so I was always excited and interested in business, I guess.
I love that. For me, I used to sell Pokemon cards in P3. I would get
Ah,
the people to come to the center of the class, put the tables,
yeah,
try to sell. But then the teacher,
entrepreneur.
I don't know, but the teacher didn't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so cool. And and when you started the business, because you mentioned you were a full-time student, right? So there's a lot
Yes.
of people that actually on the online community, even on Reddit, they ask me, uh,
Mm-hmm.
when we do such interviews, we would love to ask entrepreneurs, like, how do you guys manage to start while being employed? But I guess for you, it's a student, you're there. But I guess it's the same thing. Like, wasn't it
Yeah.
difficult to juggle your time? Like, how did you manage to balance that?
I mean, okay, definitely was very hard. I wouldn't say it's easy at all because I was in international business, so it was like so same as so the top course in Singapore Poly at that point in time.
Mm.
So it was a very difficult course, and everybody was so competitive, and not everybody was also encouraging towards our business that we started, me and Darlene. Yeah, so I'm sure sometimes when we couldn't make it for projects, they will think that it's because we are focusing on our business, but it mattered a lot to us. It's really about finding time for both, which is really hard. That's why in uni, I changed from full-time to part-time degree. So I finished my degree, but I changed it to part-time halfway because I wanted to focus more on my business. Yeah, so
Yes.
it's like, yeah, I passed my poly and made it to uni, but yeah, it's really about prioritizing what's important and balancing. It's not easy.
You had to sacrifice a lot, I guess.
Yeah, a lot.
And even wait, actually, you mentioned you started a business, and then you had a poly diploma in international business. What degree did you take in university? Was it something to
I
support the business?
no finance.
Finance, like accounting.
No, accounting is different, finance is different apparently. So yeah, I took
Oh,
finance. Yeah.
oh, okay. What made you want? I'm just curious, like, what made you want to take up a finance degree, as an entrepreneur?
Oh, okay. Because I was very interested in investment and all of that. So I thought they would teach me a little bit about bonds, securities, investment, forex trading, things like this. But yeah, I guess I learned a
Uh,
little bit. Yeah.
okay, cool,
Always good to have
cool.
multiple hustles, I guess.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, how do you guys launch this business, right? And land your very first like customer. Like tell us more about that. I know you mentioned it's like the picnic, but how was that at the very initial start of the business? Like how was that like?
Okay, so obviously nobody knew us and we had no product to show. So what we did was our friend's birthday was coming up. So we told her, you just have to pay $50 or something. We will do everything for you. I need you guys to be as models for me. So they were more than happy lah, you know. So they paid a very small amount and then we did a very beautiful setup. From there, we took picture, posted on Instagram. I know Instagram is quite popular, so
Mm,
people started seeing the aesthetically pleasing photos. Then from there,
mm.
it garnered a lot of attention.
So you
Yeah.
got your friends to pose as a model and take
Yes.
photo of the initial
The picnic
product lah,
setup.
which is the picnic
Yeah,
lah. Then
correct.
tell them if you're interested, message
Yes.
us or something.
Yeah, so a lot of Instagram promotion and marketing.
Do you all run ads?
Yes, we did. Eventually, we did. Yeah.
Oh,
It wasn't so expensive. It was like $5 a day, simple ads just to get the followers up, get all our friends to share on your Insta story, things like that.
correct. Yeah, yeah. Really take advantage of the platform, right? Especially with
Yeah.
your beautiful setups. Yeah. So, like, how long did it take for you to land the very first customer once you all started moving things? Like, how fast was that process?
Quite fast. What, 1 to 2 months?
Ooh.
1 month, I guess. Okay, 1 month. Yeah, because we were very cheap. Because we wanted clients first. That's what our priority. So because of that, we managed to get a lot of clients after that. Yeah,
Hmm.
within a month of posting.
People started to message you, oh, I want you to do this. Please help me.
Yeah, like, do you have a price package? Then we started sending them all these kind of things. Yeah.
And I guess there was no resistance because you were so cheap. They're like, okay, let's do
Yeah, correct.
it. $50, okay, let's do it. Okay,
Yeah.
and it was a picnic. You said it was a very
Picnic,
first one,
correct.
it was a picnic.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So since that period after you launched, right, what did you guys find from so many years of running this business? What has worked to actually attract and also retain these customers?
Oh, service. It's service for sure. Truth to be told, we're not the cheapest. When it comes to B2B, we're not the cheapest event manager out there. We are very sure of that. We're more expensive, but I think we are able to charge that because of the service that we give. And we know that, like, we can justify that because you message me at 2 a.m. saying that you have an emergency for this event, you need help, I will answer you and help you out.
2 a.m.
Yeah, because we deal with clients overseas sometimes, so it's like different time zones and it's 12
Wow.
p.m. there, but yeah, different timing.
But how why would you be awake at 2 a.m.?
If they call, you have to answer sometimes, and sometimes we work very late until 2, 3 a.m. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the
especially when it was
hustle,
just
man.
yeah, a
Okay.
lot of hard work. Yeah,
So service, giving them really good
service.
service, being there even
Yeah,
at 2 a.m. Wow, like, I'm sure most
correct.
competitors would just off the phone, wait till the morning, right? Don't disturb me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
Okay. And apart from good service, what else do you guys find actually has helped a lot in terms of like attracting like acquisition and also like retention?
For me, it's all about presentation as well. How you present yourself, how you present your company. For me, I really prioritize that. Like even simple things like our slides that we show our clients, it has to be of a particular standard. It has to be a particular font size. It has to be a particular color and all these kind of things because all of this represents you, represents the company, right? And we cannot afford to have any kind of image that is lesser than who we are. So I'm very particular about this kind of things, which I think plays a part, lah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because you're meeting the clients in person also, right? You have to
Yeah, in person or
present.
even via Zoom.
Mm,
Yeah, so everything that we send to them must be of quality.
understand. And um, in terms of like getting the clients, do you guys also have to run ads or do you do referral programs or do you have like partnerships as an events company, like this kind of marketing approaches? Do you guys do any of these things as well?
Okay, so when it comes to partnership, yes, we recently have a partnership with a huge other company, events company as well, but they don't do D&Ds and all this kind of thing. So what they really focus on is conferences. So whenever they get leads that is about D&D, they will actually give it to us. So if we get the lead, then we give them a percentage, 10% commission. Yeah, so
Oh, that's
that's a
smart,
new
right?
partnership. Yeah, that's very smart.
Complementary.
Yeah,
Mm,
correct. So that's one partnership that we do. Referrals, yes. Anybody who can refer to us, we will give them like 200 and above, depending on the project value. So we are looking at avenues like this, but truth to be told, the most successful one is really SEO and website leads and word of mouth, lah, whoever recommends.
SEO website.
Mm,
Do you
yeah,
guys
correct.
hire an agency to manage the SEO or do you do it in-house? Or,
All this while has been in-house. Just recently, like 3 months ago, we hired a marketing agency to boost our SEO. Yeah.
oh, wow,
And
you guys self-taught and just ranked up keywords.
I mean, yeah, it's all about writing blogs that, as the keywords to help you optimize your website. Yeah.
Mm,
Mm,
interesting. And
mm.
I'm just interested because, like, as an events company, I guess it's more of a is it a one-time off big project, and then after that you have to land the next big project? It's not as much as like a gym membership or software where it's recurring.
Yeah, correct. It's like, we have one client, like example benefit, they're only going to do one kickstart in that year, and the next one will be next year,
Right.
right? So it's very hard to get many events from one client. So you need to have a lot of clients to get events throughout the year because there's also events peak period and non-peak period. So there are down
Mm,
periods in a year. So for that, we have to really make up for it in the other months.
understand. And have you guys thought of new ways to kind of turn your business into like maybe create some kind of recurring service that maybe some clients could keep paying you? Maybe like some kind of special membership for clients that love your service so much that you give them this membership and they're like, okay, you just pay every month, but every time you need an event, right, you're like first priority or something like that. I don't know. Have you guys thought of
I
some
I
ideas?
really wish there was something like that. I truly wish, but the closest thing I can think of is seasonal packages. So what we do is we send out EDMs to our client. So Christmas, maybe they want to have a Christmas party. We'll always say like, "Hey, hi, Christmas is coming. You want to do a Christmas party, something like that." Then Hari Raya and so on, because people actually do celebrate this kind of festivities in their
Yes.
offices sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just want to tap on that opportunity.
Oh, so like every
Yeah.
time a holiday season is coming up, send them those like postcards to their office.
Yeah, and EDM saying that we have a promotion for Christmas party, and then we curate like a package for them for that particular event.
EDM
So
as in
maybe
like
they
a
even
email newsletter.
email, correct, email
Ah,
newsletter.
does it work?
Trying it out recently, so I don't have the success rate yet. I will let you know.
Okay,
Yeah,
interesting.
it's a new effort.
Yeah, that's good to know. But definitely can say email works. We like because I'm actually my background is email marketing, so a lot of the
Oh,
yeah, a lot of our clients
okay,
are good. Yeah, but let us know how that works.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll get tips from you.
Oh, definitely. So, can you tell us, like, throughout these years of running this business, I'm sure there's many ups and downs. You have mentioned 2 a.m. calls and stuff, but what
Yes.
has been the toughest challenge you guys have faced while running this business, and how did you overcome that?
I think the toughest challenge for any event planner would be COVID.
Would be what?
COVID.
Oh yeah, of course,
COVID-19.
of course,
Yes.
COVID. Oh my God. Now, right now, the
Yes.
whole pandemic went up as well.
Correct. So I'm quite
Uh,
scared. But
oh
yeah, COVID is
man.
a disaster for all event companies. A lot of companies actually shut down during that time because
Oh no.
events were just not allowed. You cannot do any kind of
The
events.
government literally banned you from conducting
Yeah, it
business.
literally banned us.
Yeah,
So that was really difficult. Like we could not do
man.
anything, right? So
Yeah,
a lot of companies at that point in time they were switching to virtual events. You were seeing a lot of like we even did a virtual D&D. Like it's just sad lah, but it's not as fun as a real event's all about meeting a person in reality and like interacting and all that. Virtual is not the same. It's just not the same. But
yeah.
we had to shift a little bit and go to virtual D&D, green screen kind of stuff. So yeah, we were actually looking into that. That was a very big challenge and something that none of us saw coming. So yeah, that was really a turning point.
And you mentioned you had to think on your feet, come up with innovative ideas. You said the green screen. Like, what does that actually like? How did you provide the service? Was it online? Instead of physical, you turn into an online event. Maybe because Zoom can house hundreds of
Yeah,
people.
correct. So we actually had a lot of online events like Zoom dinner and dance. They actually had that. So what we did was like
They're okay. The
food.
clients are okay with it.
Yeah, the client wanted
Huh.
that. So food was delivered individually to each person, each employee, right?
Wow.
It was delivered to
Wow.
them, then they come online, then there was a cupcake making. So everybody will have the cupcake kit to actually show who has the best cupcake design. There was an MC.
Oh.
So things
What
like that also.
MC?
Yeah, an
MC some
MC to
more.
host that event.
Interesting.
Yeah, lucky draw, online lucky draw. So yeah, we did all of this kind of stuff also.
But did you guys have to lower your prices because the client might be saying, oh, it's not in person, it's a virtual event. Like how did that go in terms of like the
Yeah.
pricing?
The pricing structure was definitely very difficult to be honest because it's not the same as a physical event. So pricing all had to change. We didn't earn that much. I'm just very happy that we survived that period because it was really the hardest time to
Of
make
course.
it. Like it was really, but because my cost was very low at that point in time, I didn't have a big office. I had a very small office, small employee size. So because of that, we managed to push through. Yeah,
Keeping the cost low, right? And maybe
keeping
like
the cost
having
low.
a cash reserve. That
Yeah,
that, that
correct.
was very helpful.
Yes.
Yeah, because yesterday, I had a chance to interview this entrepreneur from China. He runs a
Uh-huh.
design agency, and same
Mm,
thing he said. When the COVID happened a while back, China went into lockdown. They literally could not leave the house.
yeah.
And he said in China, the invoicing, right, is very
Mhm.
traditional. It's all by paper.
Oh.
But the accounting firm was locked in lockdown, so he could not bill any of his clients for months.
That's so sad.
Yeah, he literally said like if he had continued for 2 more months, they would have closed down. So
Uh,
pretty insane. Yeah, that was pretty insane.
yeah.
Hmm. And how would you say you guys are doing today? Now since the rough period is over.
Yeah.
Okay, I know the pandemic is going bad, but let's hope it doesn't. Let's
Let's
hope it
hope it
doesn't.
does.
Yeah. Let's hope it's controlled. But how would
Yeah.
you say you guys are doing these days? And what does the future look like for the business in terms of like 5 to 10 years down the road?
Wow. 5 to 10 years down the road. Okay, I think AI is really stepping up, like you've seen. But more than that, sustainability is what clients care about these days. Like today, they care about sustainability a lot. So to integrate sustainability into events is something that is very difficult. Yeah, because it's not that sustainable. We go there, we build booths and stuff like that, structures for clients, but they want it to be sustainable. So recently, I found a company that's able to do recyclable booths, recyclable I don't know, banners and stuff like that. So we're trying to really look into sustainability. Like that's where we're heading towards. And we're
Mm.
really researching into
The
that.
ESG, right? Is it?
ESG, yes,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah, it's all
Mm.
about sustainability. Yeah.
And I think that's quite smart also because the way you position yourself, you're gonna attract a lot of good the clients that are into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, correct.
Mm. And and how about like long term wise? Have you guys thought like in terms of like a vision, you guys plan to expand to like global offices or I don't know, big acquisitions or things like that?
That would be really nice, but at the moment we are focusing on getting better at what we do. But global wise, we do a lot of overseas events, but we don't have an office overseas. So maybe that's something we can look into because yeah, recently did an event for Pernod Ricard also. I'm not sure if you've heard of it. They are a
Oh
popular
no.
alcohol beverage company. Yeah, so we brought them to Batam Montego Resorts and we
Mm.
did an event for them. So it was like a 5-star resort. It was all beautiful. So
Wow.
since we enjoy doing these overseas events so much, maybe we should consider having an overseas office. But wow, that's gonna be a
Wow.
whole new ball game.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah. And how did you guys get clients from overseas? Because as an events planning company, you had to be there in person. Like I'm curious like how did that happen?
Oh, okay. Remember the ship event that I said that we did?
Oh
The
yeah.
big ship
Yeah,
that
the shape,
yeah.
the shape. Oh, okay.
Yeah, correct. So basically it was for a law firm called ORLLP. They're a very huge law firm based in America, New York.
Wow.
But they're so big that they have a small office here in Singapore. And what they do is have this kind of parties where they call all their clients to come and join. So because in Singapore they wanted to hold an event, they actually called us. So it's like we had to liaise with them from America for an event in Singapore. So when they search on event planners in Singapore, because we show up, they contact us.
Oh,
That kind
okay.
of thing. Yeah.
And then from there, I guess you realize that there is a market overseas, even though I'm based here.
Correct, correct. Yes.
Oh, interesting. And through starting this business, like looking back, what
Mhm.
would you say is something that you learned that is very helpful or advantageous? Like looking back, you realize, oh, this is actually something that
So much. Okay, I've learned so much, but I think the key thing
yeah,
that I deal with every single day is people management.
people
Yeah,
management.
because business is all about people. It's not really about the business. At the end of the day, it's really about how you handle people, your clients, your vendors, and your employees. Because these are people you're dealing with every day in, day out.
Mm.
So at the end of the day, it's all about people management, and that's my biggest takeaway. How to speak to a client, how to get your way, let's say you need an extension for 2 more days, what should you say? Or like basically understanding people and the psychology of people. So I think that's my biggest takeaway from this business.
And yeah, that's a very, very good point. And for someone that wants to get better at this skill, like what would you say to that person?
Well, it's really to keep putting yourself out there and trying because it took me so long, years to get my first, corporate event. So
Yes.
similarly, it's not going to be easy for anybody, and anyone can usually give up very fast, but you have to keep trying. Like you really have to believe in yourself and keep trying. So resilience at the end of the day, because I also teach a lot about resilience. On the side, whenever I'm free, I actually do teach students in schools about
Oh, wow,
resilience
teacher also. Amazing.
once in a while only when I'm free. Yeah, so I
Where
do
do you
teach about
teach? Like,
resilience.
what which schools do you go to teach?
Well, I've been to like
Hmm.
50, 40 over secondary schools, primary school,
Oh,
like teach them about resilience. It's like a 2, 3 hour session. Yeah, and I share with them my personal stories and then teach them the importance of resilience.
and
And
how's the
I enjoy
response? I
doing
think
that.
everyone is like, wow,
Yeah, they're usually quite excited. So I really love sharing
yeah.
the stories and like, inspiring them also. Yeah.
And has
And
that? I'm curious. Like, has that helped you to get more business? I have a feeling it did, right? Like just
So
doing
far, no
this.
lah, they're quite young.
Their parents maybe some big
Maybe,
CEO.
hopefully they tell their parents or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
enjoy
I
doing
like
that.
I like how
Mm.
you give back. You know, even though you're so young, you give back to that young next generation, right? Maybe inspire. Who knows? Like in
Yeah,
that crowd, that person sees you, your story, and now they also believe they can start a business. So young.
correct. Yeah, because
Yeah.
when I started, my biggest how to say difficulty was my age. It's really my age. Everybody kept telling me you're so young, too young, too young. So it's
Mm.
like that was the setback for me, but I didn't see it as a setback, and I want the upcoming generation to also know that that's not a setback. So they should make use of their young age. It's a good thing. Yeah.
What makes you say that? Like, what makes that age a good thing? Like on hindsight.
Because it's such a good thing, like, you have all the time in the world. Like, all
Yes.
you have to do is focus on study. While you're working, it's going to be very hard because you're already like committed to a certain work. You're going to be so exhausted 9 to 6. You have to make money. You have to worry about so many
Right.
things. But when you're young, all you have to care about is studying. So technically, you can still study and, try to explore. You still have time. Yeah, you have nothing to
Mm.
lose, really.
Nothing to lose, right? Take advantage of the timeline.
Correct. Yeah.
So this next question, I think is going to be very interesting. Do you think anybody can become an entrepreneur?
No. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think there are certain qualities, like as long as you have those qualities, definitely sure. I mean, there are many qualities, but the first most important quality is resilience. You need to have a lot of resilience because you'll get no 100 times before you get one yes. So if you're someone who can take that amount of no, then sure, that's your first step.
Thick skin.
Yeah, a bit thick skin. I mean, I've gotten hurt so many times. We work so hard on a project, and then the person say no, then you're heartbroken. But life still goes on. You have to keep going. Yeah, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think the first and foremost important quality is definitely your resilience, and secondly, your hard work and your belief in whatever product that you are selling or service that you're selling. So if you have these two qualities, then I think you can definitely be an entrepreneur. But if you don't have these qualities, it's gonna be a bit hard.
Hmm. And actually, I would say also, like from your story, it seems like another one is just resourcefulness or self-education. Because I'm not sure, did you come from a background previously in event planning, or was it all self-taught? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, all self-taught. I didn't know anything
Wow.
about events, like, to be really honest. I just started it. Yeah.
Yeah, and how so
Like,
how did that go from that to running event for DBS? Like the connection is yeah,
yeah,
that's the thing.
I had no what's that called? No mentor or no one telling me this is
Formal
how you're supposed to do it.
education in event planning.
Yeah, although I studied international business, right? They never taught us really how to do a business. So, you know, because we always taught how to work under someone, never really taught on
Yes.
how to start your own
Hmm.
venture. So because of that, event planning to me was a bit about like, okay, let's say if you do a birthday, if you can do something as simple as a birthday, why can't you do something as simple as a D&D? It's just how you see it. So you need to understand what an event is like, and it's just about replicating it and giving the best quality. So
Yes.
D&D is like, okay, they want performances. So you need to put yourself in the event and kind of like play in your mind and see how it happened. Then like, okay, I need to do this, this, this. I'll write it down. Then I'll like play it through my mind. I'll like try again and then see how it flows. And yeah, it actually worked. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's about I think it's really about having that resourcefulness. Even if
Mm.
you don't have that background, you can still
You can still do it,
learn
yeah.
it yourself, right?
Correct. Just do a bit of research, see how other people do it, try to understand. Then yeah, it's about replicating it and then having your own twist to it.
Or like that should be like a false code or something. Uh, yeah, and I think it's just so hard because in Singapore, right, we are always taught to do things one way. Like it has to be done this way. We are boxed in, right, from school especially,
Correct.
it's drilled in. So I think entrepreneurship, when you say it's not for everyone, it's also because I think it's very hard to break out of that mold. Not
Yeah.
impossible, but it's not common, I guess,
It's not
even
common. And not
today.
everyone has to do it. You must have a passion. Imagine doing something you don't have a passion about. That's just sad. It won't drive you so far. So you must have a passion. Like I really have a passion for events management. I
Definitely can see
enjoy doing it.
that. Yeah.
I enjoy like having to see different kind of dinner and dance come to life. It's really fun. I love it. I love the stress that comes with it as well.
Wow.
So I actually have a passion for what I do. Yeah.
Amazing.
So they also must have a passion for anything that they're doing.
And for those people that always like say, oh, I just do it for the money. What do you think about that? Those kind of people.
It won't, I don't know, I just don't think it will bring you far because there will be a time, maybe like COVID, there's no money. What are you
Correct.
going to do when there's no money, right? There will be a down for everybody, and money can't be the only thing driving you. Yeah.
Correct. If it was only money, then those people would have shut down long ago, right? They wouldn't have persevered unlike yourself.
Correct. Yeah, and like I didn't earn any kind of money for years. It's only recently, like, past few years, we've been actually taking salary. Before that, nothing. It's just hard work and nothing.
Oh, how many years before you guys actually took the salary? How many years was that like
So
while
as long as
working?
we're doing B2C, I think I said about 4 years or so. It
4 years.
was really, yeah, because I
You didn't even
didn't,
take a single dollar.
maybe like $50 a
$50.
month.
$50 for four
Yeah,
years.
yeah. Not that much of money here and there, lah. Maybe like, okay, a very big birthday celebration, okay, maybe $100. Yeah, but not much money
And
that we
how
actually
how
took.
did you guys sustain yourself? Like just living cost is also not cheap. Like because you have to pay yourself. You guys are working.
Yeah, so luckily it was still school, like it was still schooling. So until like poly, uni, the first half out, my parents still supported me in pocket money, about 300 a month. That was enough for me.
Okay,
So I survived with that. Yeah.
interesting. But
And then I
yeah,
used to do part-time jobs also. I used to work as event usher and other event companies.
it's
I
always
see what
about
they do.
events. It's it's really
Oh,
it's your it goes back, right? I realize everything
yeah,
goes back
always
to
goes.
the source. Yeah,
Yeah, I work
events.
part-time jobs, all these kind of things. So I was juggling a lot of things.
Actually spy on the competitors.
Yes. Market
So
research, market
market
research.
research. Yeah, market research, right? Okay. Um, so what are some of the platform or tools that you guys use to run your day-to-day business? Maybe someone is interested to know in an event planning company.
I wish there was something interesting I could say, but honestly, no. I use Google Drive. Everything is on
Google
Google
Drive for the
Drive.
win. I use Google Drive too.
Yes.
Yeah, Google Drive is the best.
Yeah. So yeah, Excel, we have templates. So I heavily rely on curated templates. So we make the templates and we use it.
Templates as in like PowerPoint slides, decks.
PowerPoint slides, our presentation templates. There's already templates out there, so they just have to fill it in. So it makes life a bit easier. But we use the standard PowerPoint lah. Everything in Google.
Okay. Yeah, don't have to
Yeah.
make it so complicated, right? Keep it simple.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay. Um, and what would you say is some of the most influential books or resources that you find really helped you on your journey in these past 8 years?
Okay, I'm truthfully not a person who reads a lot of books, if I'm being very,
Mm.
very honest. But I think what really helps me is watching other videos like on YouTube. If I were to watch other how other event companies actually did something overseas, I get inspiration from there. Because what they do in
YouTube
Singapore,
videos,
YouTube videos and TikTok actually, I'm a TikTok
TikTok.
generation.
Oh yeah,
So
TikTok.
TikTok actually got a lot of exciting stuff like that other companies overseas do that in Singapore we don't do it. So we're like, hey, why are we not doing this? So we just try and get ideas from, other countries. So videos kind of work for me and I do my research in via videos. So these are the tools that help me.
Okay, TikTok, huh? TikTok and
I'm so
YouTube
sorry
videos.
if you're hoping
It's
like
interesting, right? But not what most people expect, but very, very nice.
I know.
Very
Being
fresh.
100% honest.
um, maybe you could share what's your favorite, maybe you give a shout out, what's your favorite YouTube channel or TikTok account that you use for
My
inspiration?
God. I swear that isn't okay. The thing is, doing this whole business, right? I really didn't have any mentor, didn't have
Um,
someone that I can look back or a person or literally I didn't have anything to be very honest. So that's why I don't have
yeah.
something to fall
It
back
was
on. Everything
all
is
trial testing, right, by yourself.
yeah, it's
Easily.
really on our own. So it's just me and Darlene
And
bouncing ideas off each other.
oh, I did not ask this. Oh my god, this question is so important.
Oh,
Are you guys like classmates? Like, how do you guys meet, or how do you
yeah.
guys agree to start it together? Like, how did that collaboration work?
Okay, so Darlene and I were in the same polytechnic, same class. And then I was like,
Huh.
hey, I want to do this. Then she was like, hey, that's a good idea. Then we joined and just started doing it
That's
until
it.
today.
That's it. Wow, the
I
power
mean,
of
we're best
connections.
friends. in poly. We're best friends, and until today, we are also like, best friends. And people always ask me like, "Hey, how come you all
Sisters.
don't fight?" No, lah, no sisters. How come you
Ah,
all don't fight? Don't you guys have any disagreements? That's a question that I get very often. And the truth is, no, we don't really fight. We've never really fought before. Yeah, it's just if there's a disagreement, I'll tell her. And then we're very mature about the way we speak about things, and there's never been a fight.
oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Like, it's fate, right? I would almost say it's fate that you guys were meant to do something together.
correct. Yeah.
Okay. Um, and if you could give one advice to somebody that wants to start a business one day, maybe it's a younger version of yourself. Uh,
Mhm.
what what advice would you give this person? Or maybe this person is working in a job, in events, eventually wants to start their own business or restaurant. Yeah. What
Yeah.
advice would you give?
I would say don't be shy. I mean, especially if it's a younger version of myself, because I'm a very introverted person. I'm very, very shy. So luckily for me, I had Darlene, who is a little bit more extroverted than me and will do a bit more of teaching. But slowly, I had no choice. I was like pushed out of my comfort zone that I know I have to step up. I have to talk. So yeah, really is to push yourself out of your comfort zone. Even today, I find it a little bit hard, to actually speak in front of a lot of people. Even though I have like employees under me, I do get shy.
Oh,
Yeah, so but I still have to like, step up and really come out of my comfort zone and still do it. So that's something that I really learned. And teaching at schools, speaking in front of like 40 kids in a classroom when they're all talkative and noisy, it's a very good practice for me because I need to raise my voice, I need to speak in front of them. So that's a really good practice actually, if you think about it now.
yeah, public
Yeah, so
speaking, right?
yeah, so really just don't be shy and just literally like Nike says lah, just do it, just
Just do
run,
it.
just
Oh
do it.
man, just take action. Just do it.
Yeah, correct. Just do it.
And how about like to those people? Because there's a lot of people that says, oh, they're so scared of failing, or they get a lot of uncertainty, right? It's so uncertain. Why if
Mm,
things don't work out, right? Then their friends,
yeah.
their family say, yeah, it's not gonna work, man. What makes you think you're special? Like, how do you deal with that? Like, I think for most people, that's their biggest hurdle to start.
Yeah. So I mean, I would really write down like what happens if it doesn't work out? Like what's the worst that can actually happen? You're not going to jail if it doesn't work out. Like what's the worst that can
Unless you
actually
do cocaine.
happen? Yeah, okay, that's
Yeah, that one different.
right. But I would actually ask them to actually go and think about it. Like, what is the worst that can happen? And once they know, because you're always fearing the unknown, right? That's what we usually fear. So once you know the unknown, technically there's nothing to fear. So once they know what's the worst thing that can happen, they write it down. They're like, actually, it's not so bad, eh? That kind of thing. And what really matters to you? Like, do you really care about what people are going to say? Because at the start, no one really encouraged us either. No one really thought picnics is going to work. Like, who would have thought picnics is going to work, right? So it's about believing in yourself and asking yourself what's the worst that can happen
Wow. Mm.
and facing it, lah.
It's powerful, man. Yeah, yeah. Believe in yourself, right? And ask what's the worst that can happen. I think for most people, it's also like they don't do that. But when you write it down,
Yeah,
like I think when you see you write it down, then it becomes very clear. Oh, what's the worst? Maybe I always can have a job, right? Especially if you're in a job already, then you can always
yeah,
go back to that job, right? Like exactly.
exactly. There's nothing so bad that can actually happen. It's all in our head. The moment we start thinking, it's like all these thoughts. But I always like to write it down so it's clearer. Then you realize it's not that bad.
And for someone that actually does have commitments, because I think there's a lot of people that are also in their 30s and 40s, they also want to do a business, but let's say they have commitments, they are married or they have kids, then how does that play out? Because there is something to lose. Because if they don't have the income, then let's say if you're the main breadwinner of the family, then it's also quite hard. How would you deal with it if you were in that situation?
Okay, so if I was in that situation, I think if you're much much older, there's more to lose. Like definitely,
Yeah.
family, earning, all this is very important. So I would probably have an idea. I would still work on it, but I will make sure that if I need to leave my current job for it, I have some safety reserve at least. But most importantly, I need to have a supportive family around me. Because there's no point if I'm going to start on something and then my husband doesn't agree with it, then it's going to be very difficult. It's like someone's like going to be constantly putting you
Pushing
down
you
and
down. Yeah.
yeah, it's already so hard for you and you already have someone pushing you down. It's going to be very hard. So a very good support system and of course some cash reserve would be really good. So it doesn't mean like starting a business, just jumping into it blindly or just leave my job one day and start a business. No, it takes a bit of planning lah. You should like be a bit plan in advance. Like okay, maybe I set aside 3 months for this to work. what am I going to do? Do I have enough reserve? So a lot of planning goes into it. So that's why I love event planning so much, because it's not just about events. It can be applied anywhere in life, in anything. So
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I really believe you should write a book about this. I don't know why. I feel people will really seriously. It should
I hope
become a
so.
book. Seriously, it should become a book. The philosophy of event planning or something. I
Oh
don't know.
yeah, that's a nice title, huh? Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. Okay, awesome. So, yeah, we actually come to the end of the interview. So, where can anyone who is listening, if they're interested, where can they go to learn more about you and what you guys do?
But I realized I never said my company's name this entire time. Oh my God. Okay.